Before learning the tenses, we should know that how many kinds of tenses are there. Let's go and see them. You can see there, the first one is tense. It has got some three parts or branches: the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense. Now each tense has got some four sub-branches. Now the first one is there, the past tense. Now it has got some four sub-branches. The first one is the past indefinite tense or the past simple tense. The second one is there, the past continuous tense. Third one is the past perfect tense. The fourth one is the past perfect continuous tense. Second kind is there, that is called the present tense. It has also got some four sub-branches. The first one is the present indefinite tense or the present simple tense. The second one is the present continuous tense. Third one is the present perfect tense. Fourth one is the present perfect continuous tense. Finally, we talk about the last tense, that is the future tense. It has also got some four sub-branches. The first one is the future indefinite tense or the future simple tense. The second one is the future continuous tense. The third one is the future perfect tense. And the last one is the future perfect continuous tense. So these are the tenses. There are 12 tenses. The tense today we will start, that is called the present indefinite tense because it is a bit complicated and crucial, but somehow it is needed to be taught. So the first one we will start, that is the present tense, and in this one we have got the first one, the present indefinite tense or the present simple tense. We will talk about the tense, and this is the first tense of the present tense. We will talk about it and we will understand it, how to deal with it and how to make the sentences. Let's go and deal with it. You can find here there is the first tense, that is the present indefinite tense. Use there an action which is done repeatedly is called the present indefinite tense. Repeated action, it means which happened yesterday, which happens today, and which will probably happen in future. So that is called the present indefinite tense. There are some verbs I've written which will make you understand which forms are used in this tense. You can see here the first forms are there, the second forms and the third forms are there. It's very important that we should know the form of the verbs because they will help you to understand the tenses. Now you can find here the first form is there of play, second form is played, third form is played. Second verb is write, second form is wrote, third form is written. Finally, we talk about the last verb, that is drink. The second form is drank and third form is drunk. Now you can see here there's a diagram of tense. You can find here we have got three tenses, that the first one is present, second is past, and we have the last one, that is future. You can see there marks, crosses are there, which show that it is used for repeated actions. It means that the action which happened yesterday, which happens today, and which will probably happen in future, that is called the present indefinite tense. These crosses show that this action happened yesterday, it happens today, and the question marks show that this action may happen in future as well. Now identification is there. Identification means how to understand which tense we are learning and we are using. There are two identifications of this tense. The first one is verb. So we should know that which form of the verbs are used. We use the first form of the verbs in this tense with the addition of SES or IES, like examples are there, like play, write, drink. These are the first forms. With the additions we can use them like play, plays, write, writes, drink, drinks. So where we use these first forms, and these are called fifth forms, when our subjects are I, we, you or they, we use the first forms. Like I is first person, we is also first person, you is second person, and they is third person, plural. So with I, we, you and they, we use the first forms. When our subjects are he, she, it or third person singular, with the addition of first form we had S, ES or IES to make its next form. Plays, writes, drinks. It means with I we use play, we play, you play, they play. But with he plays, he writes, he drinks. The next one is there, that is called helping verb. So what is a helping verb? A verb which helps the main verb is called helping verb. So helping verbs identify the tenses. The helping verbs help the main verbs in order to make the sentences clear to us. And by this way we can understand the tenses, that which tenses we are using. So there are two helping verbs. The first one is do. We use do with I, we, you and they. And does we use with he, she, it. So there are two helping verbs, as I told you, do and does. Do we use with I, we, you and they, and does we use with he, she, it. In this second section we will talk about the sentences, how to make the positive, negative and interrogative sentences of the present indefinite tense. Let's go and talk about it. The formula is there. First we write the subject, then the first form of the verb with the addition of s, es, ies and plus object. When our subjects are we, I, they, you, we use the first form of the verbs. When our subjects are he, she, it, we use first form plus s, es or ies. Now there are some examples. The first sentence there, we play tennis. In this sentence, we is our subject, play is the first form of the verb, and tennis is our object. All these are subjects. I write a letter. In this sentence, I is subject, write is the first form, a letters are object. They drink milk. Now how to make the negative of the sentence? You can see there the helping verb is do here. Just after subject we write here don't to make the negative sentences. Examples are there. They don't drink milk. This is a negative sentence. Just after subject when we write don't, so the sentence becomes the negative. And how to make the interrogative sentence? We use the helping verb at the beginning of sentence, like do they drink milk, and at the end we write the question mark because it is an interrogative sentence. The second part of the same section, if we talk about he, she, it, like he plays football, so our subject is he, and play with the addition of s, that becomes plays. Football is our object. She writes a letter. It drinks milk. Now with it also we use first form plus s, and milk is our object. How to make the negative? You can find here the helping verb is here does with these subjects. So just after does we use not, it becomes doesn't. It doesn't drink milk. How to make the interrogative? Just after the helping verb we use the subject. Does it drink milk? It becomes an interrogative sentence. Hope you got the examples and you understood how to make the positive sentences, negative and interrogative. As you know that practice makes person perfect. So there is an exercise which will make you understand the tense. Let's go and do it. The first sentence is he read a book. The second one is they cook rice. Third one is she watch TV. Fourth one is you drive a car. The fifth one is it eat fish. Sixth one is we go bazaar. Seventh one is David make tea. Eighth one is I teach English. Ninth one is she like cakes. The last one is they respect us. Now these are some examples and we are going to make the sentences and where to use the first form, where to use first form with the addition of ses or ies. Now let's go and do the exercise. The first sentence there, he. Now you should know that whether we use here he read or reads. If you know about the persons, I think you will understand what to use here. Now this is the third person singular. So with third person singular we write here reads. He reads a book. Because it is third person singular. With third person singular, when there's he, she, it, or third person name, we use reads, but not read. Now how to make the negative? As you can find here, there is s, so it means the helping verb of this tense is, that is, he does not read a book. So negative is he doesn't read a book. If you write does not, no matter, it's also correct. If you write doesn't, it's also correct. How to make an interrogative sentence? As you know that we use the helping verb at the beginning. So you can write here, does he read a book? But not reads. If you write reads here, your sentence will be incorrect because already does is here. After does, we use the first form. Does he read a book? So at the end, we use the question mark. So you can find here the first sentence is a positive sentence, the second is negative sentence, and the last one is an interrogative sentence. You must do the exercise in order to understand and to know about this tense. Remaining sentences you can make yourself, and you can improve yourself by this way. Whether you made the sentences positive, negative, or interrogative, you should do practice. I hope with this practice you will enjoy it and you will learn the tense. There are some more exercises where you can find this tense as well to understand it. Let's go and see it, how it is used. Uses of the present indefinite tense. It doesn't mean that it is just used in repeated actions. There might be some other uses of it as well. The first one is there. It is used for daily routine or repeated actions. They always play tennis on Mondays. She brushes her teeth twice a day. So these are called repeated actions. Number two is there. It is used for permanent state. We live in Quetta. I am a man. Third one is, it is used for general truths or natural laws, like the sun rises from the east, birds lay eggs. These two examples are for natural laws. Fourth one is there. It is used in headlines of the newspapers to refresh the news. In newspapers, in headlines usually, you might have seen they use the present indefinite tense in order to refresh or entertain the people that the news is fresh. But actually this happened in the past. So they use the headlines, the present tense, like the Prime Minister of Pakistan meets the President of USA. Now in this example they are using the present indefinite tense, but this has happened actually. The meaning is the Prime Minister of Pakistan met the President of USA. Fifth one is there. It is used in narratives like the king asks his subjects to find the thieves. Sixth one is there. It is used in quotations or proverbs like God helps those who help themselves. And the last one is there. Iron cuts iron. Hope you got them and you understood them.